We live in the age of storytelling. Every minute, millions of people share their stories online. And it became much easier to deliver and tell your story to a person from the other part of the world. That's why it's so important to be able to tell your true, authentic story. I'm Irina, a teacher and author of the Adventure series and the founder of Smart Story Space, where children learn English through reading my adventure series, writing and sharing their own stories, and becoming global citizens. Today, I'm talking about the power of storytelling. Let's look at the stories that are fundamental parts of our lives. We tell a story of our skills in our CV when we apply for a job. We tell a story why we want this job when we write a cover letter. We tell a story about our services or product that we want to provide to the world. We tell a story to our friend to support them at a difficult moment, or we share our own story to relieve our stress or pain. And these are all stories that shape our life. And I think that the storytelling is very, very powerful. And did you know that when you hear a story unfold, your brain waves start to synchronize with those of the storyteller. And it was proved by neuroscientists and psychologists that when you hear a story, and the better your comprehension is, the closer you become to reliving this story of the storyteller. And that's why we can see in science the power of the stories, that they can make us change our beliefs. They can convince us in something. And that's why world leaders use storytelling as a very strong tool, to make people follow them. And now I would like to tell you one story that played also a crucial role in one difficult situation. And I used this story in my book, Nina and Eve in the Middle of the Indian Ocean. If you read this book, you know that at the end, Eve has a problem with her passport. You can see that it is blurred and she can't leave Reunion Island. And in this book, Nina and Eve visit Reunion Island. And when at the end of the story, they are leaving and they want to fly to the neighboring island, Mauritius. But they can't leave because the customs officer tell that they can't see the information in the passport, and they can't let Eve go. So now I will tell you how I invented this story. I changed it partially because it happened to me. It happened to my visa on this island when I was visiting it. And it was when Ukrainian citizens got non-visa policy for the EU. So I traveled to France. And since Reunion Island is part of the French territory, I thought that I don't need a visa for this island. And when I flew from Paris, nobody told me anything, that there was something wrong. So I arrived to this island and I stayed there for 2 months. But when I was leaving the island, and I was also planning to go to Mauritius, as in the book, and the next part will be about Mauritius Island. So the customs officer told me, "Madam, where is your visa?" And I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that I had to have visa, and they let me go after 2 hours. And when I arrived to Mauritius Island, I immediately went to the embassy and I wanted to get visa because I had to go back. I had my things on Reunion Island at my friend's house, so I needed to go back. But without visa, I couldn't go back. And a lot of time I spent going to the embassy on Mauritius Island and asking them for help, like what shall I do? And they tell me you can apply for the visa for reunion only in the country of your residence. And it is Ukraine, so I couldn't leave. I couldn't fly to Ukraine to apply for this visa, but I needed to go back. And because yeah, I needed to go back anyway. And I was with my friends, and it was part of our trip, of our traveling around Europe. And I wrote a long letter to the ambassador of the embassy, explaining that this was part of my trip. I didn't know that I had to have visa, and I'm traveling with my friends. I left all my things on Reunion, and I need to go back to take them. And I promise that when I go back, that in 2 weeks I will leave. And I attached many photographs of our group, of our friends, that this was like a planned traveling. And with a lot of explanations, they accepted my email and they gave me visa for Reunion Island. It was a big surprise, and it was an exception that they make maybe 3 times per year. So I was lucky, and at the same time, this story can prove that we can change some circumstances, we can change the situation if we can present our story authentically, if we can craft it and show what we need to show and to tell. That's why I think that storytelling is one of the important skills, one of the essential skills that we can provide as parents and as educators to our children. Because nowadays the world is changing very rapidly, and a lot of jobs become like outdated and no longer in demand, and we don't know what new jobs will appear in 5 years' time. And that's why I think that we need to give children the most essential, like basic skills, and storytelling is one of them. That's why I invite your child to our community of global citizens, of young learners from different countries, where we read, write, and share stories at the program Young Author Experience. You can sign up with the link below, and I'm looking forward to working with you, and thank you for watching my video. See you in the next video.